Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic of discussion is labor ward prioritization. It's a preparatory station in MRCOG setting, and similarly, you can find this type of station in talks for FCPS. As most of the Pakistani students they are working in labor room day and night, so this type of scenario is not difficult. And you are what you have to do in this preparatory station is that you will be provided a list of scenarios. Most probably there will be 10 patients, and you will be asked to allocate the stations according to urgency. Like, you can prioritize it as urgent, semi-urgent, or non-urgent, or which can be delayed to review. And similarly, you will be asked to allocate the staff, and you will be asked to tell your actions. And what you have to do in talks is exactly what you are doing in your labor wards. You have to do it like in exactly the same way. But for MRCOG purpose, there is only a bit difference, and difference is that like in Pakistani setup, in our labor wards we are provided with nurses, house officers, and postgraduate students, and we will have registrars or on-call consultants. But in UK setting, their labor room is working with, like, there are a lot of midwives, and you will be in scenario, you will be most of the time you have to act like ST5. ST5 is specialty trainee of year 5, and most of the times in a preparatory station you are provided with the scenarios in which you will have one ST with you, like it will be a ST year 1 or 2. You will have 3 to 4 midwives, you will have some anesthetist, and there will be on-call consultant obstetrician and on-call consultant anesthetist. So nothing to worry about that. Actually, first of all, you will prioritize stations accordingly as you will prioritize in FCPS setup. They are same. For example, if there are emergency cases, APH, PPH, ectopic pregnancy, ruptured uterus, or some patient with complication of eclampsia, pulmonary edema, so they will be urgent cases. There is no doubt about it. And then there will be some semi-urgent cases. For example, a primary with abnormal traces of CTG but not very pathological. So they are urgent, but you will deal them after the urgent cases. And sometimes there will be some elective cases. For example, some patient is on list and she is complaining of something right now, and from the scenario she is not having any urgency. So you will see those patients definitely, but after dealing with urgent and semi-urgent cases. So prioritization is not difficult. Then the next thing is allocation of staff. For allocation of staff, what you have to do is that allocation will be according to the tasks. For example, most probably most of the tasks which we do are we have to save the IV line, we have to send certain investigations, we have to monitor CTG, or we have to take consent, we have to prepare patient for theatre, or there is monitoring of early warning sign chart. So most of the time these are the tasks. Then there will be certain tasks, for example, which involve decision making. For example, we have to see patient for fitness of instrumental delivery, whether vacuum will be suitable or forceps will be suitable, or she will need urgent cesarean section, she needs some urgent OT work like section or operation, something like that. So again, allocation of the task will be like in UK setting, as most of the time we are provided with midwives. So midwife will do like she will secure IV line, and she will send baseline investigations, and she will check, she will conduct CTG monitoring, and if there is any abnormality she will inform to doctor. And similarly, consent can be checked by some junior doctor, for example ST2, ST1, ST2. Similarly, some tasks can be done by ST1 or ST2, for example suturing of episiotomy, and suturing of episiotomy can also be done by midwife if she is expert in that. So you will allocate your junior staff according to their competency. Like the house officers, if they are doing certain thing in our setup, you will allocate midwives there for those things. So it will be not very difficult if you will think in that way. You can allocate them according to their competency. And as you are the senior most ST5, so you will deal with every emergency situation. For example, if there is antepartum hemorrhage, there is postpartum hemorrhage, you will go there. And if there is decision making of instrumental delivery, you will assess that. And if the patient is having emergency, for example she is like having complication of eclampsia, she is going towards pulmonary edema, you need to involve your consultant immediately, because that patient required multidisciplinary team. So you will involve the labor ward coordinator, and you will ask her to inform all the consultants on call, and alert the multidisciplinary team. So in this way you can handle this type of station, and this is a preparatory station, so do not be panic, and go to each patient in order wise, and allocate staff, do prioritization, and write down their action side by side in the same way as they are written in order form. So at the end you can summarize, like you can write down at the end that what are your urgent cases, what are your semi-urgent cases, what are your non-urgent cases, and how you will allocate. So this station will go very smoothly, inshallah.